Kal Alal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, which is say double honors, which would say all praises, Salakia, to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, whose true name, proper name is Yahweh, through the name of his son Yahweh Shai, who's true, also through the Holy Spirit, Rakah Kodash. Right, this is Brother Kabash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who feed us in this truth in all sincerity. Salutations to the Akim out there who are genuinely, teaching the truth, seeking to build the house of David, Bayat Dawada. Right, this video is an exhortation about bearing fruit. Right, watching this video that was recently uploaded by the brothers from the GMS California camp, the LA camp, Micah Allah, and another brother about when the Spirit is speaking, take heed, right? Because you have a lot of brothers in this truth, who are not bearing the fruit that they're supposed to bear, right? Who are able to do more videos than they are doing, who are not doing videos as much as they should, who are not sincerely, laboring in this truth, right? Now, the Apostle Tahar gave an exhortation, or a righteous rebuke, as the video is entitled, that we are a camp of prophets, right? GMS is known as a camp of prophets, right? Therefore, every man should prophesy, every man should carry his own load, right? And make sure that he's doing the work. This is not a Boy Scout club, this is not, a gentleman's club or a country club where you just join and say, all right, I'm a member of GMS, and that's pretty much it, where you get jerseys and, you meet up and you drink and, you have a good time, and that's pretty much it. I mean, not to say brothers don't do that, but the primary goal of the men of GMS, the primary aim or objective of our lives should be to push this word. That's it, to bear fruit. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, and when I talk to even older men above me, when I speak about going through certain situations, trials, temptations, and stuff like that, down times, the answer invariably always comes up, as an advice is to pray and do the work. That's it, just keep doing the work, keep pushing the work, because really and truly that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what you're doing, in your daily life. Do the work, continue to do the work, pray to the Most High that He keeps that sincerity on you to be a fruitful tree. Because if you're not, then what purpose does the Most High have for you if you're not bearing fruit? All right, let's get into the scriptures. This is St. John chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, He taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, He purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Right. So if you're a part of this truth, if you're a part of this movement, that we call GMS, Great Millstone, right, and you are not actually a Great Millstone, meaning you're not actually pushing this truth, you're not bearing fruit, the Lord said what? He gonna take you away. So sooner or later, the Spirit gonna weed you out and you're gonna fall out. Right? Like we've seen countless examples over the years. I've been on the highways and the byways for 8 years now. Been learning about the truth roughly 10 years, and we've seen countless men fall out, not to mention, the apostles who have been in it 20 plus years, almost 30 years. Can you imagine the amount of guys that they've seen fall out? There's a pattern, and all those guys who fell out invariably did not do the truth, did not do the work. And then you have a lot of guys who did the work but were not sincere about doing the work, Right? Like recently we had a brother, a nigger, who in the Port Antonio camp, who got kicked out for being a part of a gang, right? That person, that guy has been in the camp for over 5 years, and he's never done a video, right? Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, He taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, He purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. What does it mean by purge it, Right? It means to cleanse it. Let's look it up. Right? Let's get some edification on that. Right? He purged it. Here we go. All right, let's play for this guy.
Strong's G 2508. Cathairo.
Cathairo. right? It means to cleanse of filth and impurity, etc. To prune trees and vines from useless shoots, right? Metaphor from guilt to expatiate. So the important point that I want to highlight is to prune trees and vines from useless shoots, right? So if you are a fruitful tree, if you're bearing fruit, his sister said the Lord will purge you, meaning, he will cut off or prune the useless shoots from among you, meaning he will cut off the undesirable characteristics of your personality and prune the characteristics that are desirable, that make you meet for the master's use, yo. For example, temperance, patience, understanding, being slow of spirit, being, all these things, wisdom, right? And then he takes away what? He'll take away the malice, the guile, the laziness, the slothfulness, the adultery, the idolatry, all these undesirable characteristics, the impatience, he prunes away those useless shoots and make you more perfect to do the work. So the long and short of it is the more you do the work, right, is the more you do the work. That's it, yo. The more you do the work, the more you reap, the fruits of the Spirit, right? Verse 3, know ye are clean through the words which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. And that's another thing. How can you expect, some brothers will say, they have nothing to do a video on. How can you expect to bear fruit if you're not constantly going through scriptures or watching videos or going through the news and stuff like that, through the Spirit? As long as you're watching brothers' videos, look at this. I'm watching a brother's video, and the Spirit inspired me to do a video just like that. All right. If you're watching videos, if you're reading the scriptures, if you're praying, if you're going to new news articles, you will find something. The Spirit will give you something to do a video on, It's not hard. Brothers of smartphone. We say it all the time. Brothers of smartphones. It's become much easier to do a video these days, than when we just started 8 years ago. Much easier, right? So, if you don't abide in Yahushua, which is this word, right, you won't be able to bear fruit, right? Verse 5, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Right? So that's this simple, long and short of it. If you don't abide in this word, if you don't abide in the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right, you become unfruitful. And what? You are cast forth and you are withered and cast into the fire. Right? Like so many examples of men who are falling out of the truth. Right? If you abide in me, verse 7, if you abide in me and my words in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. Going right back to what the Apostle Tahar said, you can't be a man of GMS and you're not bearing fruit, yo. Yahushua said it. So is the Father glorified. When we do the work, the Father is glorified, and so shall we be Yahushua's disciples. If we're not bearing fruit, we're not Yahushua's disciples, yo, and we're not glorifying the Father. Right? It's as simple as that. This is Matthew 7, and let me start at verse 16. Do ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth forth not good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. And that's simple and straight to the point, yo. Right? That's simple and straight to the point. If you don't bring forth good fruit, the Lord gonna cast you out, yo. And that's a serious exhortation. All right, this is Matthew chapter 21 and verse 19. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing on it, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? Right. So this scripture right here, Should be a serious wake up call for any brother that's been slacking in the spirit, yo. That's not been pulling their weight in the camps, yo. Right? Yahushua found this fig tree and there was nothing on it but leaves, yo. It was useless. So Yahushua cursed the fig tree, yo, and it withered away. You don't want to be an example like this fig tree, yo. You don't want Yahushua to come and find you not doing the work, yo. Right? Do the work. It's a simple exhortation, yo. Do the work. Abide in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Abide in the vine, and you will get inspiration from the Spirit to do videos, yo. Because it's really and true that's the whole purpose of why we're here, yo. As prophets, a prophet prophesies, right, and edifies. That's the whole purpose of why we're here, you know. Prophesying, edifying the elect, and building up brotherhood, yo. That's it. Right? So if you're not doing that simple thing that you were called to do, you are a useless tool for the master, yo. Right? This is Luke chapter 13 and let me start at verse 6. He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon, and found none. Then said he unto the dresser of the vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down, why cumbereth it the ground? Right? So this is an example of another, Lord who planted this vineyard, has this fig tree. The fig tree is not bearing fruit. So he said, why waste the space in the ground? Cut it down, yo. Right? And he answered and said unto him, Lord, let alone this year alone, this year also, that I shall dig about it and dung it, and if it bear fruit, well, and if not, then after thou shalt cut it down. Right? So simple, long and short again. Do the work. Right? Do the work. Right? And there's nothing else for me to say. The point has been made. I believe no reason to be redundant. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I hope brothers were exhorted, to be more active in the spirit. Right? So I'm gonna say shalom.